Yeah, ready. Hi, welcome everybody. Very happy to see you here. Um, I'm Joaquín Cuenca. I am Freepik CEO and co-founder. Um, my background is in tech, so sadly I'm not that creative like you, but I've been lucky enough to be working together with creatives for the past 20 years of my career. Um, I started Freepik together with my friends Alejandro and Pablo in 2010. Excuse me, I think that was now like 2 years before AI. We should change our reference. Things are changing very quickly. Uh, and we built this, Freepik. Freepik is today the most popular GenAI suite in the world. It has over 80 million visitors every month. And our designers, like many of you, move from traditional creation methods to GenAI. There are many of them that have not yet transitioned to GenAI. They have not yet taken the jump. And some of them fear AI. They fear that it may take their jobs. They fear that it may make them obsolete. Okay, many people have trained their skills, honed them for years, and then they fear that that's now a waste. We can relate to that. Okay, we were there. Freepik started as a stock website. So we didn't start as a GenAI company. We help already many people with stock images. Okay, as I mentioned before, we started in 2010. GenAI still didn't exist. When DALL-E 2 was released, remember, that was only 3 years ago. The times are changing. We were like little kids in front of what looked like a tsunami coming to us, okay? And I personally, I got really nervous. I got angst. You know, I have related I have said multiple times that I was like for a week with fever, a little bit sick, like looking at everything that was not possible with DALL-E 2. It looked like it was going to destroy everything that we built over the years. But we quickly discovered that the tsunami was, in fact, a little playful wave that we could play with and was actually going to help us make everything that we do even better. Okay? We turned quickly our feelings of fear into excitement. And we did that by forgetting a little bit how we were doing things and remembering why we were doing things. Okay? So come with me a little bit, you know, on the time machine. When we started Freepik, we did it to scratch our itch. So the reason why we started it is we were the small startup. We're only 3 people. We're doing websites, and we were very good at that. Okay? We were very fast. But very quickly, the bottleneck, it was not how fast we were coding the HTML or coding the backend. It was how fast we could find new images that were attractive that we could put on the website. So our designer, Alejandro, he was always looking, of course, for free images. Okay? So he was looking for free images on the internet. And he had like 10 different websites that he was checking one by hand. So you can imagine how cumbersome that process was. Okay? And we decided that to speed it up, okay, to make it better for ourselves, it was a nice idea to make a search engine over those websites. And that was the V1 of Freepik. Okay? Obviously, it comes from free pictures. And it was easier to make it public than private, so we made it public. And it was a huge success. Okay? Many, many people came to Freepik to find images. And over time, we iterated on that idea. Okay? How can we make things better for our users? How can we make it so that they can find faster the image that they need, so that they can get a better creativity? Okay? So we started to create our own content. After a few years, you didn't have to go anymore outside of Freepik to find great images. You will find them right in Freepik. We expanded to photos. We expanded to icons. We expanded to slides. We iterated. And we turned it into a company to help anyone create great designs faster, not just ourselves. The stock content was our tool. It was not our mission. Okay? It was our way to help people create great designs, but it was quite a limiting tool at doing that, because there were just a few use cases that we could cover with the stock content. There was an opportunity to deliver on our mission on a much grand scale. The opportunity was not an easy one, right? We were not built for this. Nothing that is worth it is easy. So we had to change once again. And the new Freepik that you have now in front of you is helping more people than ever. We have been constantly growing on users, constantly growing on subscribers. And I like to think that it's because we are delivering more and more value to them. Okay? If I can extract a lesson that you can take home, is always remember why you do what you do, and not so much how you do it. Okay? That's more of an artifact. Only 6 months ago, we held our first conference ever in our hometown in Spain, south of Spain, in Malaga. But 6 months on AI are like an eternity. And while we are from Spain, we are very proud of that. Most of our users and partners are from the US, and they are from San Francisco, very usually. And we wanted to be close to you to celebrate our collective progress. It's not just Freepik who is moving fast, the whole industry is moving fast, and Freepik will be nothing without the underlying AI industry. So while I'm talking about Freepik here, this is to show off the progress made by all of us. Okay? So let's wind back the clock, and let's take a second look at what we delivered on the last 6 months. Sound, please. How impressive is it that here we listed less than half of the features that we launched? We were doing the math, and we have been launching one major feature every 3.7 days in average, so including weekends. So thank you to the whole team, everybody that's from Freepik here. Congratulations. And of course, we are not stopping the clock. The clock keeps ticking. So actually, I was preparing this presentation, and I'm going to make an announcement right now, but there was one last feature that is slipping this morning, so we launched the Freepik AI Suite in 10 different languages this morning. So thank you to the team that did that. And today, I'm announcing the launch of Freepik Enterprise. So Freepik Enterprise is our adaptation to the Freepik Suite to the corporate world. Okay? There has always been a chasm between innovators and early adopters, a chasm that prevents millions of people to enjoy the benefits of new technology. And we want to bridge it at the speed of AI. Freepik is now enterprise-ready. It's an enterprise-ready AI studio. that offers legal identification for AI-generated content, enterprise-grade security and compliance, including ICO 27001, SOC 2 Type 2, and many other acronyms and abbreviations that I'm sure you will be familiar with, single sign-on, etc. And we offer a secure and simplified access management for corporations. So let's help our friends that are here in big corporations, God bless them, get into the wave of GenAI and enjoy it as much as we do. Capsai is a GenAI-driven production studio based in Amsterdam and Barcelona. They are passionate about, wait a second, make the size bigger, please? I'm getting older. Thank you, keep it like that. So they are passionate about intervening, I cannot make up a word like this if I'm not reading. Intervening the transformative potential of artificial intelligence and the creativity and vision that only humans can offer. In partnership with Freepik, they created The Shape of Becoming as the opening and closing titles for our Upscale conference. It tells the story of Amy. Amy is a determined young woman who follows a mysterious black cube that leads her into different universes, different worlds, governed by strange logic and an ever-evolving rules. Amy moves from wonder to disorientation, from joy to fatigue, as the cube takes her through dreamlike digital landscapes, AI-generated cities, and emotional mirror worlds. Let me add something from myself. I really love it. And I love it. The thing that I love the most about this video that they made is that they use AI to generate things that you will have done with a computer before. We are all afraid of GenAI taking over all the creativity that we have. And this is a beautiful example on how we can just use it to make something that we're doing before with different tools that was just taking longer. And it was just friction in the way of getting our ideas into something concrete. Okay? So I think the video is beautiful, and I hope you will enjoy it.
To see you again, to love you again,
I'm sorry, but I was absolutely not going to cut the credits. So, well, again, welcome to the Upscale. I'm a little bit ahead of schedule. Those who know me know how unusual that is for me. So I'm pretty sure Paula is going to kill me, but we have some more minutes. Just want to thank the sponsors and the partners that we have for the Upscale. And I want to thank you all for coming. I know it's a bit difficult sometimes to come to a conference on their first edition. So thank you for the leap of faith that you took with us. And again, this is something that we want to make every year. We will do another one in Spain and another one here in San Francisco every 6 months. So you are welcome to both of them. And now we are a little bit ahead of schedule. If you have any questions and we can take them, I will be glad to do that. So any questions?
Can you kind of dive into a bit more about what the Enterprise Suite is going to offer enterprises from like a different creative standpoint to potentially what you would have access just as an average user?
Okay, so the question is, what will you get on the Freepik Enterprise subscription that is not available to regular users? Okay, so one big thing that you get is legal indemnification, a bigger legal indemnification. Okay, this is a big topic for all the corporates. We see a big change in the market. Like 9 months ago, nobody from corporates wanted to use GenAI. It was a big liability. Only the most forward-thinking ones were ready to take the jump and use it. And a few months ago, we see the opposite. We see a big push to use AI. So it seems like there is some tension between the legal department and the creative and sometimes the C-suite departments on how to do things. And we want to make it easier for companies to take the right decision, okay? To take a decision that makes the life easier for everybody. So that's a big part of it. But there are more things. Like one thing that you will have in the Freepik Enterprise is if you're an admin, you can shut down some models. Okay, so let's say that your company is comfortable with GenAI, but you're only comfortable using some specific models. You may be more comfortable using Google View 2, Google Imagen, and you do not want your people to have access to other models like, I don't know, like BFL model or whatever, okay? So you have a central panel where you can shut down some of those models. Something that we are working on, and it's something that we found, like talking to those customers, is that sometimes they have their own model. Those are like big companies, and they have like very clean data, and they want to use their models, but they do not have a good user interface to use them. They build the model, but they don't want to build the whole ecosystem around it. They don't want to build a whole interface. So we want to do a build your model, where you can just give us access to the model, and we can integrate it for you on our suite. So these are the kind of things that we'll offer to companies. We want to keep giving absolutely everything that we have, all the features on the regular subscription, so that all of you can enjoy it. Okay, it's not taken away from you, but it's like being a little bit more bespoke, a little bit more specific to what they need. Okay. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Please.
I love the trailer that you created. So I have two questions. How much time did it take for you guys to create the trailer? And the follow-up question is, can someone reach out to you guys or the other team to get something created, something of similar quality?
Okay, so how long did it take to make the trailer? I don't know if Wes is here. Wences, you here? I really don't know. Like I discovered about the trailer, I think it was 2 days ago. I found it wonderful. I can tell you how long does it usually take our team to make some of the videos that we make, and those are different from this trailer. Okay, like the big difference is that usually our team has a lot of leeway. They don't have a clear script, and they are, they can be more flexible with the outcome. But for some people, it takes only like a couple of days to produce a couple of minutes of video, which is a very high cadence. You see that on how we use our production and marketing. Like part of what we do, very naively, you can think that on Freepik you need some engineers to integrate the new tools that come out. You need some product designers to understand how to do a good UI. but you absolutely need good people in marketing to explain to others what we are doing and to launch it. Okay, so, and if you want to launch things in hours, you need to put together all of them and do the coding, the design, and the marketing campaign in hours. Okay, and the only way that we have for the marketing department to move in hours, together with the content department, is to produce very quickly. So we got very good, obviously, at understanding what can be done. And again, part of that speed is that we have some flexibility into the outcome. Okay? And if you want to be part of it, I guess like a very good first step, if you are not already, will be to become part of the AI creative program that we have and get in touch with us. Okay?
My question was actually around actually as a company, if I want to get something similar creative. So is Freepik a partner for such projects? Can Freepik partner for such projects as well?
Well, that will be something to be explored. We have not done that in the past. Like we have been quite busy actually building the studio and the interface. But yeah, I mean, we can be doing more things like this and partnering more in the future. But this is still something that we have not yet done. Until now, the partnership, it's been like giving people early access to our tools and sometimes engaging on one-on-one with them. But it's been like quite bespoke so far. Any other questions? Please.
Can we imagine Freepik as a Figma plugin in the future? And the second one is, what's the latest thing that you learned from your competitors?
From?
Your competitors?
Okay, from my competitors. Can we imagine Freepik as a Figma plugin? We did that. We did a Figma plugin where you can insert images from Freepik, insert icons. We have, as you know, like a huge stock library. And at some point, we did a Figma plugin where you could generate images using Freepik models. But it's been a while ago. We stopped doing that. Okay, and the reason why we stopped that, that's my take. Again, I think Figma is a lovely product, but I think it's a product that is not as well adapted to today's world as it was a few years ago. Okay, so Figma premise is that it is so slow to build a UI that you need to build a prototype so that you can have a conversation. So you can have multiple people talking about this UI. What we found on our teams is that now it is actually faster to build the whole thing, talk over it, and get it done. Okay? So I get the feeling that as AI make us more productive, makes us faster, we may need a little bit less those prototyping tools. Okay, so I'm not so bullish on Figma anymore. Again, we did some plugins in the past, and if somebody wants to make them, that will be lovely. We have an API, anybody can use it and can build a plugin, but we are not doing that in the short term. And the other question was, what did we learn from competitors? Many things. I love to talk to customers, and I love to look at our customers and look at the user feedback. But I would lie to you if I told you that I was not looking at what others are doing. Okay, so I learn from all of them. I learned from Midjourney. I learned from Crea. I learned from Leonardo. I think it would have been impossible to make the transition that we did if we were not looking around, looking at what was available. Yeah. I think something important that I learned, I don't know how much it was learning and how much was internal insights, is that it was not that critical to build your own model to succeed. Okay. So given the pace at which models are making progress, it looks a little bit like the times when we started making CPUs, okay, where like every couple of years, we're getting a new CPU, except now it's every couple of weeks, okay? So it is much, much faster. So the big value, the way to capture value and to give value to the users, it was not actually making CPUs. It was building up on top of that. So you take a CPU here, you take a memory chip here, you take a hard drive here, and you make something that people want. And there you got Apple, and there you got Microsoft, and then you got people that build on top of them. Okay? And that was the hugely valuable thing. And that's what we are doing. We are picking a model here, a model there, the models that you need. We check them out. Doesn't work, it's a piece of rubbish. We take it out. This one is pretty good for doing this, and we understand, for what things is it good for, and we market it for that. So at the end, we give the users an interface that they can use to build using this technology. And I think that's meaningful. That's what users need. It's a way to use this new technology. So they be like enterprise. What we are making is making it easy for them. Okay? Make it something that they can use. And that's what we have been doing for the past couple of years. Any last questions before I just go out and we give pass to the phenomenal speakers that we have? Yeah, please.
Can you just explain the enterprise a little bit more? It will indemnify anything that comes out of Freepik or only certain models?
Okay, it will indemnify everything that comes out of Freepik with one caveat. Okay, the caveat is the following. If you have bad faith in the prompt, like you want to make a Mickey Mouse, and you get a Mickey Mouse, okay, because it was following your orders, and then it's on you, okay? Anything else, it's on us. That's a rule. So I think it's, those models are very powerful. They understand our world. And there are things, how, copyright law is usually, it's targeting, like, you cannot copy the creativity of somebody else, okay? So if what you get, it was clearly inspired by somebody else, and you made it, like, on purpose, okay, clearly, then that's the only exception where you are not covered, okay? Anything else, you are covered. Okay? Well, thank you all, and I hope you have a phenomenal time. Thank you.